Evening folks, and welcome to the second of the Spot family. I hope today finds you well. You may notice that there's maybe a bit of a time gap between when you see these, but there's not a big time gap between when I'm doing them. I'm doing them one after another because, well, I don't want to have to set it all up again if I'm honest. So, this one we're going to do Green Spot. Now, Green Spot is, going by this, the baby of the family. It's, if you like, the entry one of the Spot family. Only by the lineup, if you like. Again, the Spot family are all pot stills, so malted, unmalted barley and 5% other grain. I don't think there's necessarily too much other grain in that, I don't think. So what you're getting is this combination of malted and unmalted barley. Some people might not think that means a huge amount, but really it does. If you don't malt the barley, you don't free up the starches to create the perfect malting condition or the perfect fermenting conditions. So it gives a totally different flavour, a different character to the whiskey. Other than that, it's really pretty much the same deal when you're casking it and bringing it out. But it's that initial new make spirit coming off. If you make grain whiskey tends to be very light and floral. Ordinary pot still whiskey, or not pot still, distilled in a pot still, and it comes out, it'll have that malty character. When it's a pot still whiskey, where your mash is malted and unmalted barley, it should come out and it should have a peppery note to it. And that's basically because the way the enzymes in the grain have broken down in half of it and not done in the other, and so on. It's very complex chemistry. If you really want to go and study it, there's a lot to study. Beer makers would understand it quite well. But so Green Spot is the entry level of the Spot family. This is bottled at 40%. There's a couple of different variations in this, and some of which are quite collectible and whatnot. But there's different variations on this. It's been about a bit longer than the others. So it's probably the most accessible. It's £43, which is cheaper than all the rest by a margin. It's new and refill bourbon casks with sherry cask finish. So, now at 40%, I can just tell you straight away, the nose on it is just wonderful. The Blue Spot being at 59, just alcohol. You need at least a couple of teaspoons of water in it to calm it down. And don't be scared to put more in than I put in the last video. If you're going to put 2 teaspoons in, if you want to put 3 in and let it sit, feel free. Don't be scared of doing a little bit too much sometimes. This, the nose on it, straight away, lovely fresh fruit. The sherry's coming through in a nice, even. The sherry's just there behind it. It's not. Sherry sometimes can be a bit sickly and a little bit thick. This is not coming through like that. It's just helping the barley sugar sweetness just come up through, and it's on the nose. There's no real spiciness coming to it. It's just this lovely, clean, fresh fruit. It's apples, but the malt's there. The barley's there. You can smell clean. There's almost like a fresh feel to this. You know, like you're standing outside, and it's this is. I'm sitting here and the wind's whistling outside. You can possibly hear it, but it's almost like I'm standing in a field somewhere, and it's a nice sunny day. That's what this was reminding me of, and it's fabulous for that. Yeah, just lovely, fresh, just lifting things, beautiful. Again, it's that lovely, fresh on the tongue. It's green apple. There's a little bit of mint there. There is lots of pear, really nice, perfectly ripe pear. And there's apricots. There's a little bit of peach. The grain's still there. The cereal note, and it's not that spicy on the tongue. The spice from the pot still does come, but it comes a little bit subtly. It works really well. It just comes across and just dances along. Green Spot is fabulous. It's really, really good whiskey. It has on the finish. This, as I say, the spice just comes along, but it comes at a little, very subtle, understated, just there, threading through. Again, all those fruit notes. If anything, the problem with the finish is it's not long enough. It's quite short in comparison to some other whiskies where the finish lengthens out, but this is quite short. Not the shortest I've ever had in my life. And I think if the ABV was slightly higher, then the finish in this would be much poorer. You'd have to put water in it and do all that yourself. This is sort of pre-done for you. The finish is really good, except for the length. So what you're getting those fruit notes. You're getting some sweetness, some vanilla from the bourbon casks. I'll tell you what the thing is. You're getting the new bourbon casks and the pot still, and instead of it overdoing the spice, it actually, in some ways, they kind of help each other and do this in below the vanilla and the fruit. They kind of do this in below it, and it works really well. Yeah. Now, I'm going to mark Green Spot 8 out of 10. I think it's really good, really enjoyable. The finish could be a bit longer, if I'm honest, for my liking, but we'll give it an 8 out of 10. So, I hope you enjoyed that, my friends. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube to Irish Whiskey Review, and tune in every Saturday night, 10 PM Greenwich Mean Time, to Justin and me talking nonsense and gibberish about all manner of things, mostly to do with whiskey and sometimes to do with Justin's hat. So tune in and we'll see you there, and stay tuned for the next. And in case you had wondered what it's going to be and guessed, it's going Okay, so take care, folks, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.